Rose, roll call, please.
All right. Jane? Here. Carlin? Here. Rhonda?
Here.
Mark?
Here.
Dan?
Here.
Goldie?
Here.
Claire? Here. Patty? Here. And Becky? Heather?
Okay. Great. So, let's start with the consent agenda. And the consent agenda will include the minutes from the November closed session, which should be in your folder. Has everybody seen those? Yes?
Yes.
Yes.
Did you get a chance to look at them, Claire?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. All right. Do I hear a motion?
Second.
Motion's been made and seconded that we approve the consent agenda. Any discussion?
Possibly. I'm not sure where to insert this, but I do have a question or two about some items in the budget or in the financial report. Is this the time to ask that
Yes,
question?
Sure.
Okay. On page, well, it is, how many doesn't have a page? It's about 1, 2, 3, 4 pages in. It says Trails Regional, the statements of revenue and expenses. I had a question about the professional services amount. Under 2025, it has 115,829, and then compared to 2024 is a substantial increase. So then I went back to my budget, and the line that I see on the budget for 2025 is 50,000. So I had a question on why that is so increased. If I'm reading it correctly, I may not be reading it correctly.
Should be for the current month.
You understand what I see, the area that I'm looking at?
Yes. I'm just trying to, because it says for November as
Yeah.
well, and this is supposed to be December, so I'm not sure. See what?
Is it Navigate and the, payment for UKG?
If you want to come here and look at what,
Yeah.
because you help with the general ledger. So we were supposed to have gotten the December. This is the November, so we're even a month behind, but here's what she's asking. Professional services. So there's the month, current month, so that would have been November's. This is year to date. So that would be, there's no way. That cannot be accurate.
Like, I have everything in it all.
The general ledger. I have the general ledger.
Oh, okay.
Which would be helpful to look at.
Yeah, December's before.
Yeah, it's like she put the wrong balance in there for,
Well, our balance forward is 102.
so we didn't have that much.
Do you want me to,
Budgeted.
do you want me to go get the year-to-date one, general ledger?
Yeah, and grab a copy of the budget too, if you don't.
So just before the November one is the December one, and it still has the 115.
Yeah, I'm wondering if when they put it in their system, that number is incorrect, because I don't remember that 115,000 was
What
budgeted.
caught my attention?
So I'm not sure what's going on with that.
What was that you saw that back here?
Where would it?
It showed up in another area too.
That's under
That
professional.
one.
Yeah, but there, we have not spent too much money. And of course, the professional services, from Navigate, if you remember, I had budgeted those in error under capital, but because it's a consulting, it should have been under professional
Okay.
services.
So if you look on page 20, which I actually have 2 questions on that page, but if you look on page 20, it does say professional services,
Mhm.
and in the right-hand column,
Mhm.
it says 115,829.
Yeah,
So,
that's what she's going to
Okay.
go get.
okay, so while we're waiting on her, then I have another question.
Okay, sure.
I wondered about the Leeton School District
Mhm.
payment or income. I'm not sure what that is. What is the connection there with Leeton?
So Leeton is our express branch.
Okay,
And so with the express branch, we pay, or we reimburse the salary for those people that run trails when it's the public library time, yes.
Yeah, are you familiar with the Leiden branch, how that?
I am not, that's why I'm
Yeah,
asking.
Yeah.
So there, do we actually have a library within the school?
Yes,
Okay. In elementary or high school? Or is it all one building?
elementary.
Yeah, I think it's elementary.
So we actually pay the salary for the librarian there?
We
and the-
reimburse, so there's more than one
Yeah.
that works,
Okay.
the hours for public library hours.
Okay,
And so we reimburse those. They send us an invoice with those
Okay,
hours
okay.
and the person, and then we
okay,
uh,
okay, that makes sense.
reimburse.
So will we ever hold meetings there, so we can see their library? Okay, that answered my question on that, thank you very much.
I had a question on the budget also. Under the, said 6 months ended December 31st, insurance for 25 was 58,000.
What page are you on, sorry?
It doesn't have a page number, it just says,
Oh, it's
the account compilation report.
which page is it again,
Operating
Laura?
But it says Trails Regional for the 6 months ended December 31st,
Okay.
2025.
Yep.
Okay, so 2025, it ended at 58,128.60, and 24 was 37,285.
Which line item are you?
It says insurance.
Okay.
What kind of insurance is that?
So it's a variety, so our property insurance, our vehicle insurance.
So it's all of it.
We also have picked up, wind and hail, I think it's gap insurance. There's a couple more, security that we, put on, there's 3 more that we added in 25.
Okay. So then, since it includes property.
Yeah, employment insurance, whatever that's called, employment practices.
Okay, Mark has another question.
Yes,
Yeah, it kind of deals with it. But, last month was talked about there was some smoke damage from something someplace.
so there was no smoke damage. We had, here in this building, we had, in the data closet, we had it's a backup thing, like uninterrupted power supply.
Mhm.
So it went out and it was smoking. So it was
Okay.
putting smoke out. And then we had Serpro come in and do the air scrubbers and all that.
But what I'm leading up to is, how many of the branches have a fire alarm system?
Only one that I'm aware of. Now, we do have like sprinkler systems and all that, but we just have the one in Odessa that actually has a.
When did this smoke, when did that happen? Overnight, during the?
No, it was during the day,
During the
yeah, when
day.
we were open. Mhm.
Would insurance give a break if the buildings were fire alarm system protected? Since I did fire alarms at the
You're the one that
university,
works
that's why
with
I'm asking.
Yeah.
I would have to contact our broker to find out if that is something that they, possibly have. I know that every year I have to, or I'm supposed to give them an update on, things that we have done improvements on, so like, the new roofs and things like that, but I can call and talk to our broker and find
Okay.
out.
I'm just, like, since I did the fire alarms at the university, I'm just curious.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah. If that's something you all want me to check into, I can do that.
We're doing renovations on this building at some point, that might be something that would be part of it, I would think.
It's a good time to address that.
It doesn't hurt to know ahead of time, but.
Yeah, there definitely is something wrong with this. I don't know if it was put in an error, because when our accountant they put in what our line item is for our budget, and then that's how you get that 115,000, and I'm wondering if that was put in incorrectly. That would be my only guess, because if you add all of that stuff up for the year to date, it doesn't
That's
equal
fine.
that. That would be the only thing. that I could-
Raise the question for me.
But yeah, I can certainly look into that,
Yeah.
and get you an answer for
Well,
that.
yeah, and if you maybe just would send it out in an
Yeah.
email to
Mhm.
address that.
Yep.
Because there's, yeah. I would appreciate it, thank you.
Mhm. Was there anything else, just the professional service?
No, I just need explanation on the Leeton, and then, that, to me, was the figure that was out of whack.
Did you get what you needed on leave?
Yeah, I just didn't
Okay.
understand that we had a library
Sure.
director. That's great.
I just wanna make sure your questions are in. Okay.
We should make a point that when we get new people, to maybe make a point of establishing how that all works, because we know, but we.
Is Layton the only school district that we have that? Okay, cool.
Um,
It's really be for the county.
Oh, I love it. I just didn't know it existed, so.
So the total amount we budgeted for professional services is $52,000.
Yeah, I saw that.
So there's something that was entered, to me, would be my guess, is there's something was entered incorrectly.
Okay.
So that when it's calculating, that balance is not
Okay.
right.
So maybe what I would request is that in next month, when that report is, finalized, that there maybe be a note added, how that happened, why it happened, just so that we know, if it's just an error, it's just an error, that's
Mhm.
fine. But maybe just to add a note to the report, so we kind of know how that happened.
Sure.
Okay, any more discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye. Motion carried. Okay. We have no unfinished business. Under new business is the Library Advocacy Day, which is on Tuesday, February the 3rd. You want to explain that? You're more familiar with that
Yeah,
than I am.
so Missouri Library Association, they kind of get this set up, and so they provide, legislative updates, talking points, all of that, in the morning. And then in the afternoon, you go and visit with legislators to advocate for libraries. Or if there's something in particular, like obviously the property tax, reform stuff, that is concerning to us, since property tax is 90 to 95% of our revenue. So it just gives an opportunity when all the libraries are there to kind of do that. So yeah, we've had board members go in the past, so if you're interested, let me know by I think it's Friday, I said in there to let me know, so then I can get everybody registered next week, so.
If you haven't ever gone, it's an interesting experience.
Yeah, it is. I've gone the last couple of years.
Yeah.
Do you make specific appointments with who you want to speak with? Are you able to do that, or?
So,
Usually,
so we make all the appointments for everybody, and sometimes we have to split up and go in different groups, smaller groups. Sometimes we can all go to the same one, it just depends on what their availability is, but yeah, we get all of that scheduled beforehand. We pay for lunch,
Usually there's
Carpool,
carpool.
yeah. We try to make it as easy as possible for people to get there.
There's kind of a general meeting too, where.
At the beginning,
Yeah,
yeah.
at the beginning, where they talk about various things.
The Secretary of State will address the group. You have the president of MLA, president of MASL, which is the School Library Association, and then the state librarian, yes, and then, I forgot what his title is, but anyway, he's maybe the head of the legislative committee, with MLA,
Yeah,
Cody Curling.
Yeah, he knows all the legislative
Yes,
stuff that's going down.
he's kind of a whiz with all of that stuff, so yeah.
Yeah, if you haven't gone, then it's an interesting experience. It really is.
is, yeah. The legislators are nice to you.
So you get to walk around the Capitol.
You're not they're protesting, yeah. They're nice to you.
If they actually meet with you, we have.
They're like, you look kind of familiar. In the right place, the right time, there's warm cookies. Just saying. I don't know if you guys had, I've had cookies.
And there's also other, it's not just library advocacy day, there's usually several other advocacy groups down there, so. run into, before.
Yeah, I thought it was real interesting. I mean, it was.
Yeah, it was
it
very
a-
interesting.
What do you normally talk about? Like, because I don't know, one of the things that, when you said protest, I hadn't thought about it, but like like the banned books list and stuff like that, I feel like there's always one state legislator or, you know, even a national person who's always like trying to ban some more books. So is that something that we talk about when we get on there?
So typically, what they will do is and I think I've sent them to you, the legislative priorities. So these are the priorities for MLA. So these are a lot of the talking points that we would have. Or if there's specific bills that we're opposed to, then we would explain to them why. Honestly, kind of talk to them about anything, and sometimes the conversation can, you know, keep going. Some of them are very brief, and then there's others, like Terry Thompson. He will talk for a while. So it really just depends on the legislator and how much time they have.
And we take the talking points and kind of divvy them up a little bit. Say, I want to talk about this, is it okay if I talk about that?
We always develop a handout that's very, this year it's even more visual than in the past. So hopefully then you leave that with them, even if they're not available with their aid, and hopefully at some point, they'll get that information, so. Okay, cool. So anybody interested, let me know. I think so, yeah, we had a nice.
Some of the library staff go,
Mhm.
contractors out the logo. Yeah, a lot of the contractors and.
Big contractor starts next week.
Staff plus, board members, so we had, I think I saw 6 today.
Oh, yeah, like, we're known for showing up in force at trails, at conferences and at legislative day, so.
Yeah, I think they 10 last year.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, I
So
think we
usually,
got-
yeah, so usually when you see the legislators, there's several of you going in there, you're not by yourself, it's, 2, 3, 4 people
Yeah.
sometimes in there, so you're.
And some of the legislative districts or whatever are certain branches, and then like, Roger Reedy, he's the only branch that he has is Knob Noster. So we make sure that if there's anybody from Knob Noster, that they go to that one, and then the other, that they're talking to the ones that are over that area of the district. So, yeah, I think we've got either 6 or 7 staff signed up to go this year, so yeah, we'd be more than happy to have you.
Okay, anything else on that? Okay, then our next item of business is to consider approval of the Holden Branch Manager credit card with a credit limit of 500. So we have to do that whenever we get a new branch manager, because they get that credit card to use for their branch, and.
Yeah, and the board has to approve.
We have to approve it each time, so.
So can we know her name and background?
Her name is Barbara Bancroft. She at one time was a superintendent, and she was a principal, prior to that. So she's had a gap in work history, but, she's ready to come back, and we're happy to have her. So
I think she said she's from Newton.
yeah, that's where she lives, yeah. I can't remember where she worked at. I don't know if you remember or not.
Prairie View, Prairie Valley?
Something like that.
So how did she end up, she just wanted a career change, or, I mean, it's kind of like very similar role, but.
She was a caretaker for, it was a parent. And so she retired from being a superintendent, to come and do that. And then now, he has passed away, and so, she's ready to get back out there.
Okay, cool. Yeah, normally when you hear superintendent, they've obviously, it's not a 25-year-old, but I was just kind of curious.
Right, yeah.
Okay, do I hear a motion?
I make a motion to approve the credit card, the credit limit.
I second it.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to approve a credit card with a limit of $500 for the Holden Branch Manager. Discussion? Okay, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed? Motion carried. All right. So, are there any announcements?
I just have one, that Karen gave me. When you get a mileage reimbursement check, please cash it as quickly as possible, because we have several still on the books that have not been cashed, and that's part of her job, is to hunt those down, so. So I have done my duty. I have given the announcement.
Okay.
If not, she'll be calling.
Is everything still moving along well to go into QuickBooks?
Oh, yeah, they're already into QuickBooks. Good. Like, we're just pretty much done with the accountant, right? Yeah.
Well, you mentioned the gas, reimbursement. So the form says new rate. Is that something that was discussed last month? The form?
So we get the new rate, at the new year, 72 point.
70.
Thank you.
Okay.
I usually go in there and write that in, and I totally forgot.
Let us make it a step.
Yeah, 72.
Okay. All right, so, if there's no other announcements, I need to hear a motion so that we move into closed session.
I so move.
Okay.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded to move into closed session.